Well, welcome guys to our first week of season 3, which I didn't even know was starting until yesterday. So that was a good start, I guess. But
What are you talking about?
we're back. And after I went on holiday for most of last season,
We were both
you've
on
probably
holiday.
forgotten who I am. So my name is Zero, and I will be casting. And Munchki, I don't know if you'll be casting. Will you be casting?
I will be
Or you just
focusing
use-
on observing and eating a potato.
Okay, so you will be casting. Okay.
I will be casting a little bit. Not as much as you. But the main cast.
Okay, considering I logged on literally 30 seconds ago, how about you introduce the players and the team?
Oh, well, actually, I'm not... I think you recognize some of these names. Like, you'll recognize Norza, you recognize Winnie, you recognize Flipjack, Ada. They're all from season... they're all from the previous season, but on the right here, like Mystic Leaf, Tiger Bro, so on and so forth, they're the new team. I think it's StygianThunder, and they're an entirely new team. That was a pre-made team, I think. So I don't know anything about them. I assume they have some prior like scrim experience at the very least, maybe other tournament.
Can you say that name again? StygianThunder.
Yeah, StygianThunder.
Is that right?
STYGIAN. Thunder.
And which team is in the blue? What is
FoulPlay
their team?
Phoenix.
FoulPlay Phoenix. Oh, so a new FoulPlay team.
Yeah, new FoulPlay team. Oh boy.
Okay, so to make it even more confusing. Well, it looks like we're on to Oasis for our first map, control map, and we have a new meta, so no one really knows what supports are going to be good yet. Hasn't really been figured out. But as we start off with both teams actually running Fire Mercy, and they're trying to get onto the point with FoulPlay Phoenix taking out control of that high ground. There's the Winston of Stiggy and Thunder jumping in, but they're getting the ahead of the kill count right now. The kill feed is all red. They do get the first cap. It's not something I expected after FoulPlay got the high ground early on, but Thunder managing to bring it back with a few quick kills.
It's a very strong showing for technically new team, because we haven't seen them before, but we haven't seen half the teams before. We have a lot of new faces.
Well, that's good. The league is forever growing.
Oh, God.
As Thunder getting back onto the high ground again, the Diva and the Winston shield keeping them alive. The Tiger Bro actually getting the best of his opposite number there, and Mr. Cliff also taking out Rennie, which means they're at a huge man disadvantage, and well, looks like FoulPlay is going to keep control of the point. Some nice focus fire coming through there from Sly as well, finishing off those 2 kills at the end.
I think very good ult usage for FoulPlay Phoenix. One has to wonder if they did practice before. It's a little
Well, they did win the fight though, and they do have an ult disadvantage. Sly does have that, the barrage up and ready, so we'll see when he decides to use that. And Merciful has that all-important Valkyrie, which has been nerfed quite a lot, and she's going to pop it right now. Sly getting an immediate kill onto Rini there with a nice damage-boosted rocket, and Tiger Bro is going to finish off Flipjack. And, well, there's an early man advantage. The Primal Rage is now up and running for Norza, but he's trying to do what he can. He does manage to knock Chi off that edge, but it's all consolation prize right now because the rest of his team is all dead. And the cap rate is ticking up almost at 90%, so they're going to have to rush back to the point to try and do what they can. The Power Rage now up for Mystic Leaf. But meanwhile, Ticklemad is up to on the point to contest, and the Hater brings out his barrage. He's immediately killed off. A Flipjack does get the self-destruct kill, but a double kill coming out from Van Ham to clean up, and Tiger Bro taking out Flipjack with that pulse bomb as well. It's kind of one-on-one right now. Both Tracers.
Tracer!
Tracer beat Tracer! Tiger Bro does get the better of Tickleman once again. Tickle Me Dad, sorry, I need to get used to these names again. Tickle Me Dad. I'm not sure if I'll continue saying the full name for that. But,
Yeah, what we could see last match is that Tiger Bro was pretty much the MVP. He would consistently split the team, because he'll be at the back, right? And he'll draw away both Norza and Flipjack. And then they don't go in, the rest of the team's already gone in, and suddenly they're not fighting together for a long while. And you can tell he's got experience.
Yeah, well, he's
What do
definitely
you
got the better of Tickle Me Dad quite a few times during that match in that Tracer 1v1. So Tickle Me Dad is going to switch off onto Soldier, and we're actually going to see... No, okay, I've got to be excited for that. I thought we were going to see some Ana play. But Farah and Zenyatta switch now for Rini, so a bit of a different composition. Thunder FoulPlay is going to stick with the same composition though, as Norza jumping up onto that high ground, Flipjack knocking the rest of the people off, and Rini now, everyone's on that high ground. Actually, Tiger Bro getting the kill onto Norza is going to open things up, but Flipjack getting a nice rocket onto Merciful. Kills are being traded out, but looks like FoulPlay is going to come out ahead in this exchange. And they should be able to secure the first cap. Chi is solo capping there. Gets Rini with a nice boop to his face. And, Tickle Me Dad is pulse bombed and taken out, and they're going to be pushing up for a very aggressive hold here in the choke, getting those stagger kills going. And that should buy them an extra maybe 20 seconds or so, that late kill onto Norza. So they seem to be very dominant right now. And, sorry, have I got the teams mixed up again? Red is
StygianThunder and
yes.
FoulPlay Phoenix.
Blue is FoulPlay Phoenix, sorry. I think
Returning.
Phoenix and I think Red for some reason, so it's a little bit confusing. But Thunder, FoulPlay coming back onto the point now. But, well, Tickle Me Dad has switched off onto McCree. He does get Tiger Bro with a nice headshot, but looks like still quite an even trade. No, looks like Thunder is down in numbers right now.
Questionable ult usage there from...
Yeah, well, the ult was kind of like in the middle where it wasn't going to hit anything.
And he was the last one alive. Like, there's no real need to do that.
No.
You can save it.
Uh,
Yeah, they... StygianThunder would have actually gone into this at least 3 ults and maybe the Valk. If Venom had saved that... what's the thing? Self-destruct? Yeah, self-destruct.
Yeah, they could have used that to engage. Definitely missing that for this fight. Sly does have his barrage up. Mr. Cliff has that Primal Rage as well for some extra sustain, as now looks like Norza is going to pop his Primal Rage first. The sound barrier is out now for Chi, so this is their chance to try and get that advantage with the health. But Tico Tiger Bro taking out Rini there with a nice pulse bomb. Flipjack does get merciful with that self-destruct. Just kind of popped out there. Hater absolutely destroying Sly as he tries to use his barrage. And well, looks like the Primal Rage is now for Mr. Cliff. He does get a kill onto Emma. This could give them the advantage they need. They do have a man advantage now on the point. They should be able to finish off Flipjack and flip the cap over. Sorry. And it's almost done. So only 52%. So I don't think Stiggy and Thunder will be too... Sorry,
Stiggy and
teams
Thunder.
mixed up again. FoulPlay Phoenix will be too happy with that.
Sticky
Again?
Thunder.
Sticky Thunder.
Sticky Thunder is easier to say. Sorry guys, if you come up with complicated team names, this is what happens to you.
Once again, Farah Mercy battles are starting up. As they're going to be trying to take the roadside route onto the point. They do manage to get through without taking any losses, but she's taking out very, very low. Sly getting a very nice mid-air rocket onto Hater. Tickle Me Dad taking out the Tracer though, so it's still quite even. Rini has that Transcendence up. The high noon is shut down by Venom. And still quite even, but the Valkyrie is coming out. Oh, sorry, Valkyrie ends for Merciful. And does manage to res up Mystic Cleave. And the Pulse Bomb coming through onto Flipjack there to finish him off, and that should be it. They should be able to secure this cap and a 2-0 victory on Control. And Tickle Me Dad trying to do what he can, but no, he's not able to get back onto the point.
I was very surprised. Like, well, it's very obvious that they've learnt from Tiger Bro's antics last game, because they've had Tickle Me Dad wait at the back, the flashbang, flashbang and headshot Tiger Bro every time he's gone in, and with that, damn.
But
with that,
ultimately, I think it probably meant disadvantage for them because they had one man who was dedicated to taking out Tiger Bro.
It was very
Meanwhile,
well
the
timed,
Pharaoh
though.
was out.
I argue against that. It was very well timed. Tugumi Dad, like they wouldn't go in until Tugumi Dad had killed the Tracer. You have someone drop?
Did we have someone drop?
I think they're swapping
Can't
out.
really tell.
I think StygianThunder might be swapping out someone. Oh, there's still...
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did swap someone out. Looks like they need to make a few changes to try and counter what FoulPlay Phoenix is. Sorry, FoulPlay Phoenix seems to be swapping out a player. Is that right?
Yeah, FoulPlay Phoenix.
Okay. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the current meta for a bit, because we've just had a patch, and Mercy has been absolutely gutted. And no one's really sure what's good yet. I mean, Overwatch League is still playing on the previous patch, and they will switch over in a couple of weeks. But, I mean, so far we've seen a lot of Pharah Mercy. Oasis is a Pharah Mercy map, but I'm curious to see when we go onto our control and payload maps. I'm not sure if will Route 66 be the map, or is that just okay? Well, once we go onto Route 66, I'm curious to see what support combinations either team runs, because it seems like it's still a little bit up in the air as to what's actually good.
I'm fairly certain attack will just be dive. Either that or pirate ship, where you have the Orisa and the Bastion.
But even with dive, what are you going to run? Ana Zen or Lucio Zen?
No,
or Moira Zen?
Moira and Lucio.
Moira and Lucio.
I personally think
we heard it here first.
You didn't hear it from me. No. But like, I personally think that seems like it's where the meta is going, because you have no backline, right? You never have a backline because you have a Lucio who can leave and you have a Moira who can leave. So, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Like,
yeah, just don't have a backline. That's how you counter dive.
I have seen the Zen Moira combo as well. That seems to be quite popular, but whether we'll see it on this map or not, we shall definitely see. It looks like at least God damn it, that damn team name again. Something in Thunder. What is it?
Sticky Thunder. We'll just call it Sticky Thunder.
Sticky Thunder.
Just
okay,
call
Sticky Thunder is going to be running Mercy, which is a bit surprising.
A lot of teams have been running Mercy tonight. Like, I think the res is still infinitely more valuable than we realize, even with the horrific nerfs that have happened to Mercy. She's still seeing a pretty good pick rate tonight. I know I saw her a lot earlier tonight.
Yeah, I think people are still trying to figure out where her place is. I do think that Mercy has been gutted to an extent where you shouldn't really, or she's not really an optimal pick outside of the Pharah Mercy. I think it's now gone to that stage. I think it's a.
Let's
I think that's how it should
about
be.
how these teams are setting up. Orisa
Well,
Roadhog.
Orisa Roadhog. We have seen a lot of Orisa Roadhog in Overwatch League. That seems to be so. The two styles that a lot of Overwatch League teams have been playing, a lot of pro teams have been playing, is the defensive style with the Orisa Roadhog, or the aggressive dive style, which StygianThunder are currently playing right now, with the Genji Tracer and the Winston. So it's a bit of a clash of the two different styles right now. As we see the initial dive coming through, but a very nice disengage there by the members of FoulPlay Phoenix. They do manage to pick up a kill, but Tickle Me Dad in the backline, cleaning up. Sly does get the better of him in the end. He gets 2 kills there. But Payload, meanwhile, is moving. The res comes through onto Tiger Bro, and it's very nicely slowballed there. Flipjack is not want for this world. And, well, Payload, very, very fast cap of the first checkpoint there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it was going okay for Phoenix, and wasn't. They just forgot the card existed for a while.
Well, I think it was a combination of two issues. They kind of let the two diving heroes get into the backline, with Mr. Cleave around a very nice distraction there on the front. As Venom actually getting 2 kills, finishing off those members with the dive. And Merciful true to his name, has managed to stay alive very, very well on that Mercy. Sly now has that Dragon Blade up. We'll see whether he wants to use it in this fight. I think he should. I think the Reaper pick is actually not doing foul play any favors here. As against dive, Reaper, it becomes very, very hard to use on payload. So we see them trying to get in. Now the Valkyrie comes out and the Dragon Blade is now up. He gets a free kill onto Riddy and combos that as Tiger Bro finishing off to get in the middle of it, and very clean fight there by StygianThunder. That name is going to get me every single time, I swear.
StygianThunder.
StygianThunder. Or Sticky Thunder. Or
StygianThunder.
StygianThunder. What the hell is that? Oh, the missed hook on Sly, but he still manages to die from the Orisa right click there. And the Res is actually going to come up, what the hell?
Like I said, Mercy's getting some really good use.
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not sure. The Mora has come out, but the Self-Destruct will also get a kill there into the backline. Meanwhile, Hater manages to get 2 kills.
Onto the
but the payload's still moving in the midst of all this.
Everyone's forgetting about the payload.
Flipjack is now on the payload. He's healing up, but unfortunately, Sly is going to get a lot of ult charge from this. Tiger Bro almost at that pulse bomb yet again. He takes out Tickleby down in the backline. And this could be their opportunity. The Orisa supercharger comes down, but the pulse bomb will do short work of that. The Transcendence now up for cheese. They're going to try and push this all the way in this fight. They have the advantage. Sly getting that Dragon Blade. He immediately gets the slash and dash combo onto Tickle Me Dad, finishing off Winnie as well. And there we go. That should be it. Payload should make it all the way into
Emma's blocking.
The checkpoint.
Emma's hiding at the back.
Actually, Emma
MVP
is being a hero there, and that could actually grab them one more fight. So that could be crucial. But Mr. Cliff is, well, he's just a raging monkey in a box right now. He's
raging monkey.
And they do manage to push it all the way in.
How unpleasant!
And actually, that was a really fast capture.
It was slow but consistent.
Well, they had 4 minutes left, so I'd say that was a very, very fast. They pretty much won every team fight.
Yeah,
once again.
I can't think of a single instance where they look like they were winning a couple times, but you know, when all said and done, only one team is left alive, and that has not been Phoenix at all.
This is a fight to the death.
It's a fight to death.
This is Overwatch.
The casual but competitive game for all ages.
Well,
let's have a look at it.
As Munchkie just stated, one team is the victor, and the other team unfortunately has to die a horrible, horrible death. So
I didn't say that.
Over and over again.
Nobody heard me say that. Do we have some time?
Anyway, as I was saying, it's a very strong performance there by Sticky and Thunder. I'm gonna have to come up with a nickname for this goddamn
Sticky Thunder.
Sticky Thunder.
We've settled on this.
I feel bad saying Sticky Thunder because Sticky is not even in this team name.
Yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine, right? It's ST and then either Y or I. That's fine, right? 3 letters. That's all you need.
But yeah, like I was saying before, the clash of the two styles, the defensive style and the aggressive style, and it seemed that Phoenix did not really understand how to deal with an aggressive dive with their style. Like they were a little bit, they left Tickle Me Dad a little bit alone there in the backline, where a lot of times he was dived on by both Tiger Bro and Sly at the same time, resulting in a free kill. They weren't bunching up enough, they weren't disengaging at the right times, and unfortunately, dive is a lot easier to execute on the attack than that defensive style. So we saw dive win out. Flipjack is actually going to play Fire Mercy, so Mr. Cliff diving in there, an aggressive holding position for Sticky Thunder coming through. Bro is taken to half health. They do manage to disengage, and this is a good disengage. They're going to let the payload round the corner. The dive coming through by Norza, but he's immediately cut down by Sly on that Soldier 76, and Flipjack is just absolutely deleted out of the air. They immediately jump onto the Mercy, taking him down, and that should be it. So disengage coming through from the remaining members of FoulPlay Phoenix.
A tiny bit of 1v1 between Tiger Bro and Winnie back there while he was still here. They were almost gonna get away with just a one man, like, well, not quite a back out. What would you call it? Like just a one man push. But well Tiger Bro's
once again, they're going to be switching over to that little bit more of a defensive style, as Tickle Me Dad has switched over to the Zarya, and there's no more Mercy and no Pharah, as the tactical visor popped there on the high ground by Sly. He's not really getting many kills, but he's dealing a lot of damage. He does manage to take out Flipjack's mech. The Valkyrie will come through for Merciful as well to keep her alive. And very convincing team fight once again. 2 ultimates used, and well, nothing gained for the. Well, to be honest, they're at a huge disadvantage right now. FoulPlay Phoenix is because of those swap offs. So
it's gonna take them a while. Like if I were them, I'd be doing this. I'd be using this as a dry push, get some ult charge, hopefully bait out a couple ults.
Well, they did manage to do that successfully in the previous fight, so this should be the fight. Emma does have that Coalescence available. And the Soul's Bomb coming through with a double kill there by Tiger Bro once again with a dominating performance. He does manage to take out Tickle Me Dad as well, and now he's going through, trying to get the 4th. Venom takes that from him, but... And, well... They just seem to be on the back foot. FoulPlay Phoenix do not know how to deal, especially with Tiger Bro. Tiger Bro is wreaking havoc there in the back line. And Sly providing that constant damage threat from the high ground. They don't really know what to focus on.
They've been okay at initiating, I think. Rini's hooks have been pretty on point. Obviously, Tiger Bro coming back.
Well, Tiger Bro is now in the back line once again. Mystic Cleave running a nice little diversion for him as well. And the attack visor will be popped. And Coalescence is popped also by Emma, but does manage to cancel out pretty much that attack visor. Mystic Cliff, meanwhile, in the backline with that Primal Rage, will get Flipjack. And that should be the advantage they need. They're pushing the remaining members back. And unfortunately, this is the problem. When you run Ryan Zarya, is once you take a pick, you just gotta run away. You can't really do much. And,
especially without Mercy.
Well, they have a huge ult advantage now, so this is the chance. They have the Sound Barrier, they have the Earth Shatter, and the Graviton Surge. So team fight potential is there. They get a very early pick onto Mystic Cleave there, a little bit out of position, but he's rezzed up. The Self-Destruct will come out, doesn't manage to get anything, but Sly meanwhile demeching Flipjack. The Coalescence and the Sound Barrier popped. The Graviton Surge does not get anything either, as it's completely cancelled out by Cheese Transcendence. Still no real picks. Sly is taken down in the end. The Self-Destruct will come out from Flipjack, and that'll get a double kill. And that should be it. The payload should round the corner and should probably get all the way to point A. Well, Mr. Cleave is trying to do his best with that Primal Rage, but he's going to have to disengage. Tiger Bro, the ever-present nuisance in the backline.
Very well done by FoulPlay Phoenix. You couldn't see this, but I was just sitting there watching Tiger Bro just to get, I think, 4 free clips right into the back of the tanks. Beautiful top tier entertainment.
Well, the damage boosted turns, the attack visor will come out, but Norza has something to say. Sly still dealing damage, but doesn't really seem to. Does manage to get Tickle Me Dad, but. And Tiger Bro will be rezzed up, so this could be the chance. Sly does get another pick onto Flipjack. The Coalescence will come out, but I think it's a little bit too late. He's keeping the tanks alive quite well. The Soulsborne will come out and Norza, finishing him off. And actually, it looks like they're managing to pull it back, and the payload will stop there. That'll be a very clean 3-0 victory by StygianThunder.
Too bad.
Because
I don't really know what to say to FoulPlay.
Oh, well, thanks to that little bit of an announcement by the Overwatch game telling me that StygianThunder has won, it seemed to me like you were getting their name wrong the entire time as well, Munchki. So
I declined to comment. This is what Tiger Bro has been doing the entire time, just sitting up there, he hasn't moved, right? He backs up if people go and challenge him, but he comes right back and he sits there and he was so uncontested and making so much use of that height advantage, just to pepper away at just everyone, just at the back of FoulPlay Phoenix. Just oh wait,
and I think this is again this comes down to the two different styles that both teams are playing. StygianThunder were running dive majority for the majority of that match and the last match actually, and FoulPlay Phoenix wanted to go with this defensive style, but they were playing in the wrong vein. They had the wrong kind of mindset. When you play that defensive style, it's about waiting for the enemy to dive on you. You can't really like. The problem is, if you have to be in a tie formation, especially if you're running Moira, because Moira is so based around that AoE healing. You have to be in that tie formation to keep your tanks alive and use them as a buffer against a Tracer and a Genji jumping on you. And unfortunately, what they were trying to do was a little bit like playing, the tanks were trying to kind of play a divey style, but the supports were just like, Tiger Bro's on my ass the entire time. So
Tiger Bro has not left my ass. He's moved from one butt cheek to the other, just riding it all the time.
So what I said was like, dive is very figured out at this stage. It's pretty much any team can really play dive.
You say that.
Like,
my team just failed dive.
Dive has been around for so long that everyone kind of knows how to play it more or less. And actually, like this, I mean, there are different styles of dive as well, like sub-styles, but it's a lot easier to execute a dive on the enemy backline or a dive to focus down one tank and then snowball that into a teamfight victory than it is to play this defensive style that's very based around team positioning and punishing the enemy's mistakes rather than making your own, like, you know, using your own clutch plays to get a pick and then win the team fight. So it's very difficult to play. And if I was to draw a comparison with what's happening in Overwatch League right now, all the Korean teams are running dive, okay, and all the Korean teams are doing pretty well. I mean, like, okay,
is it because they're running dive? Is because they're Korean?
Well, what I was gonna say next is Dallas Fuel. Okay, the team that everyone had very high hopes for coming into the season is running the defensive style, and they're struggling. They're finding it very, very difficult. Now, I'm not saying the situation in this game is a parallel, but it's what it shows is that really, like, dive is so figured out right now that it's very hard to play a different style again, unless you have impeccable communication. You have everything figured out. So as we see, well, actually, we're going to see the defensive style played by both teams this time. So there's something a little bit different. So Risa Roadhog running straight onto the point there.
Beautiful grenade. Very, very
nice grenade. Actually catching 4 members of the enemy team. The Rini running that Ana, of course. They backed away into that choke point, but they're holding very, very well. The AoE healing from the Moira doing a ton of work, and already a Riptide coming out by Hater. The Coalescence very, very late by Merciful. He's going to try and do what he can, but unfortunately I think that's an ultimate wasted, as the defending team has a huge advantage right now, and they will be forced to back away. FoulPlay Phoenix playing that one very well.
Yeah, it's very questionable. I think it wasn't completely lost, it was just mostly lost. Hope is a dangerous thing.
Well, they're going to be switching things up. Tiger Bro is going to go on to the Soldier this time. And Merciful on that Pharah. Mercy and Slide's going to be on the Pharah. So Pharah, Mercy.
FoulPlay Phoenix is going into this massive ult advantage comparison, which bodes well for them.
Well, the thing was, they only used that Riptire as well in that previous fight, and StygianThunder actually lost the Coalescence, which is a lot more valuable. They're going to be trying to fight on that high ground. They have taken that off, but once again, FoulPlay Phoenix is going to be backing off into that choke. The Coalescence coming out from Emma, and I think that was pretty well timed as Tickle Me Dad is taking out two. Tiger Bro getting a nice shot there onto Hater, but they're at a disadvantage. Sly is kind of uncontested. He does get the successful barrage, getting 2 kills, and that could be it. In the end, Sly pulling it out for his team. He gets the nice rocket there onto Tickle Me Dad as well to finish him off, and that should be it. That should be a cap for StygianThunder. So in the end, the Pharmacy switch did work. Flipjack gonna come back, but I'm not sure about that. He's just feeding off charge.
Poor Roadhog.
Poor Roadhog indeed.
Yeah, it shows what superior positioning can do for you. Even though StygianThunder did make a couple of mistakes, overall, because they had the superior position, because they had the Pharmacy to help them keep that superior position, I think it worked out very well for them. It was pretty much down to positioning. It wasn't ults, wasn't anything. Well,
I think the hero switch actually worked very well for them as well. They saw that there was no real long-range hit scan available, so they immediately switched that Pharmacy. Very nice hook there by Vanham. Tiger Bro does pop that tac visor, but unfortunately, Vanham already dying means that he doesn't really have much opportunity to make the best use of that. Tickle Me Dad will finish him off, and once again, Roadhog is caught in the middle of nowhere. Mr. Cleef giving up his life. And very nice defense there. They only popped. Actually, did they pop any else? I don't think so. Maybe Hater popped a Riptide.
Hater did pop a Riptide very early on, but he didn't get anything with it.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't exactly see where the tire went. I just remember hearing it go off.
But once again, they managed to hold on to a lot of their ults, as we see StygianThunder trying to make their way through that right-hand side. The hook comes out, doesn't get anything. Very nice lead down to Baru, who's somehow on the high ground, and the hook comes through onto Mr. Cleef. He is the best merciful, actually popping down that Valkyrie, and the Supercharger coming through as well. Tickle Me Dad trying to do what he can with that Death Blossom, but he's taken down by Mr. Cleef's whole hog, and this could be their chance. Hater is now back, trying to do what he can. He's taken out in midair, and Tiger Bro once again on that Tracer. That's it. He managed to do it in the end, and unfortunately, they had such a huge ult advantage. I'm not sure really what happened.
Positioning. They had the ult advantage. As soon as the sleep went off, they should have dived in and tried to kill 1 or 2 people. They didn't. They just passively sat back and waited for Valkyrie to come out, waited for the reset to wake up and put a supercharger down. Like they had about 6 to 8 seconds. Like it seems like a lot from I guess our perspective, but from them they must be sort of panicking because Valkyrie's going off in their face, the Roadhog is walking. But they really should have responded much more aggressively than they.
Might need a pause here.
They should have responded a lot more aggressively than they did.
Well, I think Merciful's Valk timing was pretty much impeccable there as well. It was very well played.
I thought it was a bit early, but I was proven wrong.
Well, she knew that once the hook came out, she needed to keep that Roadhog alive, and she needed to keep the Risa alive, who was slept up on that high ground. So
one's gonna attack us sleeping already.
Well, it's more the Roadhog really. Once I think it was I think it was, who was it that was playing? Mr. Cleef was playing the Roadhog. Once Mr. Cleef got hooked in, she immediately pressed that Q button, kept him alive, and yeah, that's proved to be the difference.
I'll be honest, I would have just left him. Or Roadhog, but I would have left him for dead.
Well, we might see a Widowmaker battle here coming through, and this is the the other way you can play against this defensive style. Is playing...
Don't say these things. Oh god.
Wait, what? Oh, good thing I have the filter on, so I couldn't tell what he was watching. What are they watching, Merciful?
Shh. Shh. Shh.
Anyway, I was saying this is the other way you can try and break a defensive style, defensive like Orisa defense on this map is running Widowmaker. So we'll see whether they manage to do it. It does require a little bit more coordination. Tickle Me Dad is going to be running, and actually they're going to be going through the left-hand side and running Farah as well. So see whether they've now spotted the position of Farah going around the backside, and that's the right way to play it. He's going to be raining rockets outside of the angle of the Orisa shield. Sly trying to do his best with that Widowmaker, but the damage is coming through, and the rest of the team is actually going to rotate onto the right-hand side. The point Sly getting that nice headshot on Tickle Me Dad, and Tiger Bro will finish things up as well. So it's going well now for the defending team. They do manage to rotate around successfully, and unfortunately, Hater not getting the rockets he really needed to make use of that positioning. That was the right idea, get the Fire Mercy to go around the back. He's going to die very, very late as well. That is
A big problem.
heinous. Heinous misplay. Going to lose quite a bit of time. They do have a lot of time left.
I would be a little bit worried at this, but it's alright.
No, the visor is up for Sly. The Riptide will come out by Tiger Bro. We'll see whether... Imagine he's going for a parry, doesn't get it! And, well, I have to say, Hater, I think you were outplayed.
There is this game mode called Air Raid where you play Junkrats trying to hit Pharahs. Maybe think Tiger Bro has been doing a bit of that. Oh my god.
Well, Sly getting a nice shot onto Hater again. And Hater...
Getting bullied. Just getting bullied so hard.
He's...
Well, let's go to
He's
FoulPlay
really getting shut
Phoenix,
down.
and let's look at their nice picnic. They're
They're
just
waiting
enjoying
until
their time
Hater
here.
gets back, but is he even going to be able to get back? Sly has a damage boost
have no
on him
idea.
as well. It's going to be very difficult. He's going to get...
Well, they've been found!
Oh. Well, they've been found in that right-hand side corner. Hater's actually going to take the long way around. Once again, but self-destruct in the room! And Hater does get the barrage, actually, meanwhile, onto Tiger Bro. He's taken down. Both Valkyries are now up for both teams. But the Transcendence, it's a bit of a scrappy fight. Chi and Vanham trying to hold the point as best as possible. The self-destruct will come out, but doesn't manage to get any kills. Norza trying to do his best. He's being healed up by Emma, but unfortunately, Sly, meanwhile, is trying to take out all the respawns. Sato has switched off onto Genji now, so they're going to be trying to dive in with that spawn advantage. I think they may be able to brute force this just with that advantage in spawn timers. No, well, it's a bit back and forth as Tiger Bro is doing his best to carry his team right now, despite the amount of disadvantage. No, Mr. Cleef gets demacked. Still, the point is contested. Hater getting a nice dash there. He jumps into the Junkrat trap. But yeah, that should be it. I think with that Primal Rage, I think they should be able to cap him. Merciful is back. He's gonna res Mr. Cleef. And he gets his mech back. No,
There's simply nothing worse than a mech coming back in the middle of
No, oh, Tickle Me Dad is doing his best. He has that high ground now. That's the position you want. Vanham has that shield down. Hater trying to do his best. He's the only one contesting the point now. They need another body there on that point, but no! They don't manage to get it! And StygianThunder wins Anubis once again. And yeah,
Something much for this. Very sorry.
I don't really know what to say there.
That was a very complicated fight.
By all rights, they should have brute forced it there at the end. But once again, I think one of the, as we see some very nice rockets there, whatever. Sly is it's just a shooting gallery. But,
Mommy, I got 3 ducks.
but what we're seeing by well, one of the things that really stuck out to me in all 3 matches was StygianThunder was playing Mercy, but they were not getting punished for it at all. The Mercy got so many reses off so easily. And being in the middle of a team fight, being able to res a diva is about as much value as you could possibly get with one ability.
You're getting 2 for the price of 1 res. Like, how? Jesus fucking Christ!
It's yeah, just a few focus fire issues, I think, with FoulPlay Phoenix. But of course, new teams, new environment, new teammates. You have to, get some experience, match experience. And in the coming weeks, I hope to see some improvement by FoulPlay Phoenix. But
we're probably never going to see it. There's a lot of teams. Like, there's actually quite a few teams.
Well, we may never. Well, if they get to the finals, maybe we will.
If they get to the finals, we expect great things of you, Phoenix. FoulPlay Phoenix. I was quietly rooting for FoulPlay Phoenix.
Is this best of 3 this first round, or is it? We're gonna play the full 3 maps, or
we are supposed, and I think we have because Oasis.
Oh yeah, we did play 3 maps, so that went very quickly. My short-term memory loss playing up, but.
So yeah, did you actually look up the memo and the memo things that were supposed to be sent about how season?
I did read the announcement. I know it's Swiss bracket for the first round.
So this was actually a pretty good example. Like this was an okay match, but we were expecting a couple of stomps to happen. I witnessed a very, very quick stomp.
But I guess the good thing about a Swiss bracket is that
it gets better.
Eventually, yeah, things will even out. The seeding will get better, and then we will get some close matches. So hopefully we get a few good games in the coming weeks. But well, these 2 teams put on a good show at least.
It was a good show.
Well played to them.
I will be looking at Tiger Bro. I mean, I'll probably never see him again. But I'll try and keep an eye on Tiger Bro and that name if it ever pops up again in this stream. Oh boy.
Yep. He was definitely impressive. Well, I think that's it from us.
You want to go play some Capture the Flag competitive? Maybe? After I'm done eating the rest of this potato, which I've been holding for a long while now.
Alright.
Are
we off stream?
No, we are not. No, we are
not. Okay.
I will see.
We're going to play some Capture the Flag competitive. Message me if you want to join. Alright, that's it.
Right. We'll see you next week.
Alright.
Bye.
See you guys.